So you really have three options to either let free market go and let it go for what it goes, or say we want all our assessments included in the price, which would probably make it be very hard to sell it at all. Or you could say, like on this one, at least we wanna get our demo costs back, but we're willing to spread that over time for you.
So the demo cost, has that already been paid to them? Sure?
No, the city paid for the demo cost because she had walked away from the property and it was left there after the flood, and it was a hazardous condition, it was full of
So it's just a
everything.
blank lot right now?
Right, it's all cleaned up because we paid that demo cost. And other people, when they demoed houses after the flood, there was a grant that the state, or that the county had through the state, but the city wasn't eligible to get that grant, and individual people were eligible to get grants to demolish their homes, but this owner was not around and did not take advantage of that, so we had to
I think it was $6,000.
the amount of the grant. Possible, yeah. The other,
How many other small lots like this exist in the city? You know, that are
Empty?
too small to build on?
oh,
Are there many?
there's, since after the flood, and some of those houses that were demolished, down in the Jerusalem area, there's a couple lots that are small. Houses were on there, but,
But now they can't be replaced because it's
they'd have to get variances and stuff, and they
Yeah.
might be able to get variances because if you can show we're gonna use the same footprint, we're gonna put the same size house back, but a lot of people don't want small lots.
Yeah.
They want a bigger house, they want more yard, and
Would that be true of Ellen Hyde's lot down there in Jerusalem?
Alvinites, yeah, that's one for sure. That's a little skinny lot.
They have some nice plans for small houses that fit on those lots.
Yeah.
I would hope the planning commission would be amenable to that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that myself, because I just heard of, or read something about I don't even remember what they called it, but it was living on really in a small house.
And after the,
Micro homes.
Yeah, we don't want tiny homes, but those don't even have
How about this lot over here at Rislow?
toilets on them.
oh, that's only 25 foot wide.
But is it still in, is she still on
She
it?
still owns it.
She won't give it up or what?
I don't know.
I think the one I saw was like 900 square feet.
Yeah.
So the other lot,
But it was like an apartment
what would be the
concept
the
rather than a,
zoning for that
full-blown home.
old Holger and
But it had-
Johnson,
it had to
well,
be-
what is that, Caskey?
Yeah, that's zoned R1. It's residential housing.
If those two were combined, what would the zoning just be, R2?
Nope, it would still be R1. You wouldn't change the zoning. You could put another house on that Holger lot probably.
Yeah.
But there again, see, if they would've, after the flood, when people built using the same footprint, we didn't make them do variances or anything. We just said, go ahead, put your house back on the same footprint.
Hunting shack.
And that happened in many, many cases. So, if somebody tore down that Holger house and wanted to put another house in there, I think there's room to do that, and I think they might have to ask for some variances, but I don't see why you would deny them the opportunity to get a house back in there, But you just have to go through the steps now, and after the flood, we didn't make people go through the steps. We just said, use your same footprint.
That old Johnson house, that's ready to fall down, the roof is starting to collapse. Could there be a zoning change if somebody bought both of those lots to R2, maybe R3?
You
No.
wouldn't need to have a zoning change,
No?
and
You wouldn't wanna put multi-housing on a small lot like
Well,
that.
if those two lots were combined,
You would still,
They still aren't
still
big enough.
only 100 foot wide, You don't need to rezone it And you don't wanna do spot zoning anyway, but, you wouldn't need to rezone it, like, you could put a duplex in there if there's enough space, because that's allowable.
For two, if those two lots were combined.
Yeah, they'd have to be combined to do that, but you could have a house on each lot too, you know?
Yeah, but that Holger, or the Caskey house is just a narrow lot.
But the Johnson house, or Alder house, that's fairly good size. I was in it. It's falling down.
But both of these parcels also have assessments against them for sewer, water, curb and gutter from the different street projects that were done. Now, those projects are paid for, you know, if you don't get the assessments on those, you know,
Just go,
I don't know. You know, if people aren't gonna put a house back on there, they're not gonna, that gets to be a very expensive empty lot. I mean, if somebody wants to buy the lot just to add to their own parcel, you know, that gets to be expensive if we're gonna demand that we get all of our assessments paid up front. I don't know that you wouldn't have neighbors that would buy it, I don't think.
It looks like we've got a few choices here. We can request, or it looks like we need to approve the parcels for public auction. We need to approve.
Well, unless, approve them for public auction,
Okay,
or say that you want them for the city. You could also do that.
or request a conveyance
Mhm.
to the city for public use. What,
We don't want that.
how long,
No.
how long do they have to be public use? Could a public use be to resell them?
Oh, yeah, you could ask to, you could say, we want these parcels, and then you could do whatever you want to, you could resell them then. But do you wanna buy a house, buy a lot where the house needs to be demolished? Then you're gonna put $8,000 worth of demo costs in it, and then try to sell it.